In my WWE Ron Simmons voice, damn, this regime ain't wasting no time getting people out of here. Let's talk about it.
The way that we live is not for everybody. We're going to run and put our bodies on people in a violent manner.
I love the way she move it, shake it on me. When she cry for him, the shawty is the winner. You can tell that shawty's on.
You know what time it is. It's time to come out.
I love the way she move it, shake it on me.
Follow me on Twitch at ChewyIRL, as that's where I will be live streaming the games anytime the Washington Commanders play. I streamed the game yesterday versus the New York Jets, and I know some people probably was like, Juan, where are you at? I'm over on Twitch. So go ahead and give me a follow. And then secondly, join the Discord server, as I finally got one up and running, and we already got a couple people in here. It's going to be a place where you can have fun and be your authentic self. Enjoy the rest of the video. YouTube, what's going on? It's Juan Gotti here with another Washington Commanders video. And in today's video, I'm coming on here with the video where we're going to be talking about the Washington Commanders not wasting no time firing the vice president of content following his derogatory comments. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get straight into today's video. But before we do, make sure you guys go down below, leave a like on this video, subscribe to the channel if you are new, turn on post notifications so you get notified when I upload videos like this to the channel. Want to roll to 8,000 subscribers, so it would be greatly appreciated if you haven't reached that goal as soon as possible. Also, don't forget to follow me on Twitch, as that's where I will be live streaming the game this Sunday and every game this season. Let's get straight to it. First things first, you like new intro for this upcoming season, new logo on the channel. Had to switch things up for this upcoming season. New brand new fresh new breath of fresh air here in Washington. So I took it upon myself, why not cook up a little something? Let me know if y'all like it. But yesterday, comments came out from the vice president of content for the Washington Commanders, and they were really bad. It was a lot that he got set up by this one media organization. He went on an undercover date with a woman, and he talked bad about the Washington Commanders players, you know, and calling them out of their names, saying the fans are drunk, high school educated out of alcoholics, just saying a whole bunch of bad things about this organization and about the NFL. And in my opinion, I'm numb to that kind of stuff because we've been through that so much under the Dan Snyder era that, like, that I was so used to. So that happening yesterday did not move the needle for me at all, because I'm like, bro, it happens all the time with us, right? So it's nothing new. However, I did believe after they suspended him, I did believe other actions were going to, be taking place, because not only did he talk about the Washington Commanders, it's one thing to talk about your team. You probably would get suspended for that, but it's one thing to talk about your team. But when you talk about players and when you talk about Roger Goodell and stuff like that, you're gonna get fired. You don't talk about the commissioner. Obviously, look what happened with Coach John Gruden. You don't talk about the commissioner, and you do that, you're fired, and he's not going to be able to work in the NFL ever again, more likely than not. So let's go ahead and take a look at this article from John Keim on ESPN. It says this: the Washington Commanders on Thursday fired an employee who made comments about the team's players being anti-GAY, accused Dallas Cowboys owner Jerry Jones of being a racist and anti-GAY, and called NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell a $50 million puppet. On Wednesday, the team has suspended its vice president of content, Rael, who has been with the organization for 4 years, for comments he made to an undercover reporter for the O'Keefe Media Group. The suspension was made pending further investigation. According to a social media video from the media's group, Enteen had met with the reporter on the dating app Hinge and met with her twice at a local restaurant, according to James Keefe, the CEO of O'Keefe Media Group. The interviews that took place at the restaurant in Washington, D.C. in June. The quote, "The language used in the video runs counter to our vows at the Commanders organization," a team spokesman said in a statement on Wednesday. He told the undercover reporter that over 50% of our roster is white religious. God says effing the guys, their interpretations, I don't buy any of that another big chunk is a low-income African American that comes from a community and heritage very homophobic. So that's the quote and the words that he said to the reporter during the the dating or the date that they had. He said again, over 50% of our roster is white religious, and God says F those guys. They're interpreted. I don't buy any of that. Another big chunk is income African Americans that come from few communities that inherited very homophobic. On the video, Enteen also says some players are dumb as he double hockey sticks, and says some who were smart don't stay that way after getting hit in the head too many times. He also said those who get their head knocked off around a few times are more susceptible to conspiracy theories. And Teen also said, I don't think the commissioner of the NFL hates GAY people, hates black people. Jerry Jones, who really runs the NFL, I think he hates GAY people and black people. And Teen, who was with the New York Jets for 2 years before coming to Washington, called the league's social justice incentives perfumative. It's not done out of goodness of their hearts, he said. It's done because George Floyd changed the game. It's to make as much money as possible. The NFL cares about the bottom line, like any corporation above all else. And Teen said, because the league makes so much money, they can fox priority DEI for sakes of good publicity. And Teen told the undercover reporter that most of the fans are high school educated alcoholics and called them mouth breathers. And Teen also told the reporters, whose names was not revoked and who can only be heard on the video, that his job is to sell hope. 3 years ago, there was a video of pipes leaking. Fans said it smelled like sewage, but Enteen said he tweaked out that it was just water. This he said in a state-run media team. So that's pretty much all of the article there. I'll link it down below. If my reading isn't the best, I apologize. But pretty much, Enteen went in on the NFL. He went in on how he felt about Jerry Jones and how he really runs the NFL and how he hates black people and hates GAY people. He went in to say, since he runs the media department for the Washington Commanders, when people and fans said that it was pipes busting and sewage leaking at the stadium, he tweaked it out so it could say water or whatever, right? He was there to make the team look good. He was there to kind of cover his own tail. The thing about what he said is everyone's entitled to their own opinion, okay? I'm pretty sure there's some people out here that this video is going to reach that may agree with him on certain topics. The thing that I don't like is how he talks about his organization that he currently works for, especially with it's an organization that is trying to turn the page, that is so familiar with this problem. We've had super investigations. We've had an ownership that's been bad. We've had sexual assault allegations. Players we just had to cut in Brandon McManus, who had an allegation against his name. So many players in the past, whether it's beating up women, whether it's a Darius Geis situation. Like, it's so much that this organization has been through with players, coaches, and ownership, whether it's a quote-unquote Bruce Allen throwing Scott McCloughan under the bus saying he's a drunk. You know, Bruce Allen calling out Trent Williams when the man had a cancerous tumor in his head, calling out Trent Williams, telling him, paint him to be the bad guy. So much we've been through with this organization. So that's really what I'm upset about. Again, everyone's entitled to their own opinion. Whatever he feels like about Roger Goodell, I'm not saying it's right, but he's entitled to his own opinion. You know, Jerry Jones, whatever he feels about Jerry Jones, whatever he feels about the George Floyd situation, it feels like the NFL isn't really trying to spread awareness and they're just trying to make money. However he feels about that is how he feels. But to talk about your employer in such a nasty way, knowing that this is not the same employer that you worked for the last 4 years. He worked under Dan Snyder for the first 3.5 years of his career, career here in Washington. So I'm pretty sure it was mightily different than how it is with Josh Hurst, Adam Peters, and Dan Quinn. You know, so that's really what upsets me. To talk about our players, that yes, our roster is a lot of black people on our roster. I'm a black male myself. So, of course, imagine how a guy like Terry McLaurin, Jonathan Allen, Deron Payne, Jaden Daniels, Brian Robinson. Like we can say the whole list for how they feel, and to go out their way and say that the black community is a homophobic community, that is far from the truth. I know there are African American people out there that, regardless of your sexuality, they will treat you equally. They will let you come into their home. These players will probably treat you nice and treat you good, regardless of the sexuality of you and what you decide to like and all of that stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? We have players across the sports world that are that likes what they like, and they're in the locker room with guys that are heterosexual and stuff like that and likes women. You know what I'm saying? And they don't treat them no different. I rarely hear cases about guys being treated differently because of what they like off the field. That has nothing to do with the on-field goal. So to just solely point out that 50% of our roster is black African Americans that come from low poverty homes and that are homophobic, to me, it's uncalled for. I really don't get what his points were. What was his reasoning for this? Was it to try to get some cheeks, bro? Like, if that's what you got to resort to clap some, bro, then that's tough, my guy. I ain't gonna lie. Like, you gotta salt down your organization just to get some, cuz like, that's crazy, bro. You hear me? You ain't gotta do all that. I don't even know what he was trying to get out of. What was his motive? Cause it just straight up looked like he got set up, bro. You know what I'm saying? And now you're out of a job because you was chasing some, you know what I'm saying? But that's all I got for y'all, man. Thursday is game day, Ravens, Chiefs. Can't wait for that, man. Y'all, we gonna worry about that, okay? We gonna worry about watching some good football. We ain't worried about, bruh. We ain't worried about VP of content. Y'all can hire me to do the content, and I do a damn good job. And I promise you, you ain't gonna hear nothing about me going talking bad about this organization, going on dates and dating apps and trying to link with women and salt my team down and salt the NFL down my company. You ain't gonna never hear that about me. So hey, if y'all hire a new VP of content, bro, go ahead, call me up, Slim. I'm ready to rock and roll. But in all seriousness, make sure y'all check out promo code Juan Gotti on SeatGeek. Punch that in to get $20 off your first purchase and $20 off your potential parking if you decide to use that $20 on parking instead. But as always, me and boy Juan Gotti. Like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Want to roll to 8,000 subscribers. I'd be greatly appreciated if you can reach that goal as soon as possible. See y'all later. I'm out. Peace.